Welcome to FNaF News. I'm your host, the TNT Muffin, and today we're going to be talking about Youtooz, Hex, FNAF's 10th anniversary, and more. Starting off with the Hex news, in Dawko's recent charity stream, he revealed a lot of stuff. One of the plushies was this 3D model of Roxanne Wolf. I believe she is our first look at the security breach wave of plushies, and I think it looks really good. She's got lots of detailing on her, like the hair, which I think was done pretty well. It's very accurate to Roxanne Wolf, and I think it does look good, like I said. She's also got that keytar, which looks gigantic. Usually the props are just a small thing, like a microphone or whatever. This one's really big, so I'm really curious to see what that's going to look like. I wonder how they're going to do that, like what material it's going to be made of, because surely it's not going to actually look that angular, right? And then we also got this 3D model of Glamrock Freddy, which also looked pretty good. Like the Roxanne one, the prop that he comes with is pretty big, this one being a full microphone stand, and it actually looks like it's supposed to stand up, which is interesting. Again, I'm not sure how they're going to do that, a very big thing, and it's standing up, so I'm really curious to see what that's going to be. Is it going to be a plush thing, or is it going to be made of plastic? I really am not sure, but it looks like a cool plush. I'm curious to see how they pull off those props. We also got this artwork for a sun plush. Now this doesn't give us as good of an idea of what it's going to look like in plush form since it is all 2D, but we get to see some details on here and it looks pretty accurate from the drawing at least. You've even got that like control panel on the back of the head, which is interesting. I'm curious to see what that's going to look like in plush form. I will say unfortunately this one doesn't have a prop, but if it did I'm not sure what it would be anyway since the daycare attendant I don't think ever holds anything in the games. And then we also got this drawing of Ennard, which is intriguing. Ennard has a very complicated design, as you can see with the wires, so I am wondering how they're gonna pull that off, but it looks really good. I will say though, this does make the mistake that every Ennard plush in the past has, which is that they have the white going all the way around the head, when it should be just a mask put on top of, you know, his wiry head. I am surprised by that. Hex doesn't usually make mistakes like that. You know, with Dawko being a big FNaF fan, he usually doesn't have any errors with these plushies, so I assume they'll change that later. Other than that, though, this looks really cool. I am most curious about what this is going to look like in plush form, because I don't know what they're going to do with the wires. If they end up somehow having all that detail on there, without it being printed on, this could be a super good FNaF plush. He also showed us a look at the Shadow Bonnie plush that's going to be coming out, which looks pretty interesting. I think it looks pretty decent. Shadow Bonnie as a character is just supposed to be basically a black version of Toy Bonnie, so not really any issues here from what I can see. Along with the plushies, he revealed some other merch. We got this look at a hoodie they're going to be releasing. You can't really tell from the front, but if you look at the back, you can tell it's going to be a security breach hoodie with the sleeves saying security and breach, I believe. With a pretty cool artwork there of the 4 Glamrock animatronics on stage performing. And I assume this is going to be releasing alongside those Glamrock plushies I talked about before. He also announced some other plushies we're going to be getting, although we didn't get to actually see them. We know there will be plushies of Lefty, Scrap Trap, Molten Freddy, the FNaF movie Cupcake, Bon Bon, the Yellow Rabbit, Vanny, and Glitch Trap. So that's going to be pretty cool. I'm most curious about the Molten Freddy plush. We have no plushies of Molten Freddy because his design would be pretty tough to translate into plush form with the, you know, puddle of wires there. So I am interested to see how they pull that off. I guess we'll see that after maybe the security breach wave or movie wave or whatever. And then along with the Hex news, Dawko has also revealed that the Scott Cawthon interview has been filmed and it turned out pretty well. We're of course not going to be getting this until the first week of August for FNAF's 10th anniversary, but it's nice to know that it was filmed and went good. Quick piece of Youtooz news is that Youtooz has revealed a small look at the Chipper figure that's going to be coming out with just basically the feet and bottom of his tail. From this it looks good, but you know, the real important stuff is the rest of the figure. The feet don't really matter too much to me, but I'm excited to see the rest of it. We also know that apparently alongside this guy we're going to be getting Tyke as well, so it seems like this 10th anniversary wave is going to be specifically Chipper or Scott's old games, Not really sure, but 2 Chipper & Sons Lumber Company figures are coming, and that's dope. Another figure they gave us a look at is the Phantom Chica figure they're making. Earlier, we got to see Phantom Freddy, which looks really good, and now we get to see Phantom Chica, which looks pretty good as well. I will say this one's not as interesting looking, because it's mostly just FNaF 1 Chica. The eyes are a little different, and then it's just got different paint on it. But it's pretty decent, I guess. Either way, it's really cool to be getting an actual figure of Phantom Chica, since all we got before was that McFarlane thing, so this is pretty sweet. Also, I want to say sorry that the audio in most of this video is so bad. I don't know what happened. I honestly have no idea why it's like that, but hopefully it's bearable, and I'll make sure that next video it's not like this. I think right now it should be fine though, but it's gonna go back to that after this Youtooz news. The other thing they revealed are these 2 Withered animatronic plushies, one of Withered Freddy and one of Withered Foxy. We got a look at Withered Chica before, which wasn't the best plush in the world, but looks pretty decent. Now we get these guys, which I think both look good. Withered Freddy's kind of basic. He kind of just looks like a darker version of Freddy, but he does have a little bit of withering. He's got the wires, he's got the buttons, and he's actually got a little microphone, which is interesting. And then Withered Foxy there actually has his eye patch up, which is interesting. He's got a bunch of withering on him all across his torso, his head, the ear, which looks pretty good. He's got wires coming off of him, and I think that's a pretty good looking plushie. The mouth's a bit weird. He's got a bit of a weird smirk going on, but other than that, I think it looks decent. I can't really tell what on these plushies is printed on and what's not. If none of it's printed on, that's awesome. If it is, understandable, but still, either way, I think they look pretty good. I'm very curious to see what Withered Bonnie's gonna look like, because I don't know how they're gonna do a plush of that. Another piece of news is that FYE has released a new drink, which is the Glam Rock Chica Pink Lemonade. I will say I'm not actually sure if this is a soda or just a pink lemonade. It doesn't say it's a soda on the bottle, but it is the same line of drinks as the rest of the sodas, so I'm not sure, but there is only one way to find out. So I've got a bottle here and I'm ready to take a taste test. I will also say it's called the Pink Lemonade. This I wouldn't exactly call pink, but maybe it's got a little bit of a pink tint to it. Alright, so let's open this up and take a try. Is that a thing? It is carbonated. It is. This is actually pretty good. It is, you know, if you got a pink lemonade and carbonated it, that's what this is, which makes sense. I think that's actually pretty cool. This is actually probably my favorite soda we've gotten so far. It's the most, like, unique drink, because the other ones, you know, you can buy a Coke, you can buy an orange soda, but you can't, at least I don't think, just as easily buy a carbonated pink lemonade, so that's pretty cool. I've said cool way too many times in this video, but I'm not gonna stop. I believe this does end the FNaF FYE soda saga, which is unfortunate. But I could be wrong, because we've gotten a Fizzy Faz of each of the characters, Glam Rock Chica being the last one. There is another Fizzy Faz flavor, the grape-flavored Roxanne Wolf one, but since we already got a Roxanne Wolf drink, I don't think we'll get another one. So I think that is the end of Fizzy Faz. There are other sodas they could make, like Sodaroni and stuff like that, but I don't know if they would do that. I don't know if I'd want them to do that. I mean, I'd be interested to try it out, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. I'm sure FYE is gonna make more FNaF drinks and foods in the future. Now that we've finished off Fizzy Faz, very curious to see. But that is all the news we have today. So if you want to subscribe, you can click the button on top of my head. If you want to watch one of my last news videos, you can click that button over there. And if you want to see some other video I made, you can click that button over there. And I'll see you when we get some more news on soda.